The letter of Mr. Brady Byrum, the legal advisor to Kent Hovind, to Mrs. Cindi Lincoln Hovind III, his third wife. Read by Claude Bawles. Cindi, right before I left this most recent visit at Dinosaur Adventureland, Kent asked me to write you, but I don't write to just the wife without including a copy to the husband. So I am sending him 2 copies, one to and to you. I am going to be brutally honest and open here, for the record. I suspect, based on your previous statements to me, that you are going to dismiss this letter because your arrogance and pride are blocking you from seeing your other faults. But I have to write it anyway, hoping for the best. I have observed in the brief times we have been in each other's presence that you are an expert offense gatherer and storer, and you obviously tormented in your brain by it all. I don't know what kinds of past hurt, offense, neglect, abandonment, or abuse you have experienced from former husbands or other relationships, but I bet if you were interviewed and you were honest and open about it, you would be able to recall multiple hundreds of hurtful events or hurtful conversations that have happened to you over your decades, from everybody who has ever associated with you in any degree. Personally, I try to forget past offenses because accumulating them and going over each of them a dozen times a day will make one look insane. And I've never been a woman, but apparently y'all are physiologically or psychologically wired to have the capacity to remember offenses more, and that alone makes me sometimes wonder if being a woman isn't almost some kind of mental ailment in and of itself. However, regardless of whether all women are the same in that regard, or whether you are a special case among women, you have no right to then regurgitate, also known as vomit, all your psychotic stories over and over and over and over and over, yelling and screaming them into Kent's ears day after day for however long it has been happening, and certainly not in the future for your potential years or decades together. I am now going to address the numerous issues, whether they are interrelated or not, that you keep repeating ad nauseum to Kent and others, one by one. If I miss one or more issues or minor aspects or nuances, the answer or solution I am about to provide you covers them as well. The underwear issue. My solution? Shut up about it. Don't you ever bring it up again to anybody. The Steve can't be trusted to be involved in the ministry issue. My solution? Shut up about it. Don't you ever bring it up again to anybody. He's involved and you ain't in control of that and you never will be, so shut up and let it go. The Ernie is a liar, thief, and slanderer issue. My solution? Ernie is in control of the finances of CSE, and you aren't ever going to be in control of it. Sir, shut up about it. Don't ever bring it up again to anybody. The I demand a new contract issue. My solution? You aren't going to get one, so shut up about it. Period. In law, you donated all the funds. Coming in afterwards, wanting to memorialize the transactions with the new stipulations that have been constructed in your head, that should have been done from the very beginning. Had you actually wanted your payback interests protected, is dead wrong. Conveniently for you, All of your numerous stipulations weren't written out by you in advance, because Ernie and Kent would not have agreed to accept any loan funds from you had that been fully exposed and detailed at the beginning in writing. You didn't do that from the beginning, like you should have done. And so the $1,300 you are presently getting per month is all you are going to continue to get. So you'd better be saving as much as you can from every check and putting it up for acquiring another property, somewhere that you can get another source of retirement income for yourself. The I demand collateral on the loan I gave CSE issue. My solution? You aren't going to get any collateral at any time for any amount. So, shut up about it. Forever. That is the first episode of the letter from St. Brady Byrum to the Cindi Lincoln. The next episode, we go on to house issues, where it is suggested that Kent's name be put on the ownership of all the homes that Cindi owns. What a generous man. The reading of the letter of St. Brady Byrum to the Cindi Lincoln Hovind III continued. Your house issues. If you will put Kent's name on the ownership of all the homes, then Kent will be obligated as your husband to assist and help to financially provide for the upkeep, improvements, mowing the grass, etc. on them. Likewise, if you donated all of the properties into CSE, then CSE would have to pay the upkeep on them. If you leave Kent and CSE off the ownership of the homes, then you have to pay all those big girl bills all by yourself. If you want to use CSE Ministries tools, gas, trailer, mowers, and CSE worker labor to paint, mow, repair, fix, or clean up your properties, then you have to pay CSE for that fair market value. Every time, from now on. Period. End of story. If Kent's name and CSE remain off the ownership of the houses like it is now, then it is also up to him whether he wants to be reimbursed for all of what he has already done and paid for that benefited you, but apparently not himself, in or to those properties over the last 2 years. Changing Kent. This may be inimical to all women, I don't know, but many women want to change their husband after they agree to be married to them. You clearly want to change Kent. I already told you what to do in one of our previous conversations. I told you to take all, as in A-L-L, all of your issues against Kent to God and freaking leave it there. Period. End of story. You aren't going to change Kent, so shut up. If God believes you are in the right, then you got to be patient and watch God change Kent, or maybe even thump Kent on the noggin to whatever degree that God believes is necessary to correct Kent's behavior, path, plans, or actions in his timing. You aren't God, so shut up. God apparently either doesn't think Kent needs changing in the manner or degree that you think he does, or God is on a time schedule that is way different from yours. So shut your pie hole, and any time in the future you feel like you just gotta vent out of your mouth for the sanity of everybody, go up to the back sand dune and go scream and spit and stomp and swear and get it all out to God, and then leave it there. But leave Kent alone. Every time you have been verbally attacking Kent, you are likely forfeiting God dealing with Kent because you are trying to force the changes that you desire and you are instead really getting in the way. So your inability or lack of desire to control your mouth is, I suspect, interfering with God's plan to change Kent in His timing. I believe God wants to change and transform all of us day by day, closer into what He wants, before our final breath here. But in many married couples' relationships, the wife wants to be the one to A, keep record of the list of defects, B, order the changes like they're in charge, and C, call the husband onto the carpet when the changes aren't being made fast enough. Personally, if this overall issue is only physical, I believe you are deficient in serotonin. I don't know if you are bipolar in your swings of happiness and joy on one end, all the way to your screaming banshee psychotic fits on the other. And I don't know what medications would be best to remedy that. But I suspect it's either that or I believe you have a pretty severe case of depression, maybe even a case of buyer's remorse in the marriage, where you are like almost all other married women who realize to some degree, after the fact, that they are stuck in a marriage to a man they cannot change. The solution that I am aware of that may very well help is a group of compounds known as serotonin reuptake inhibitors, namely Prozac, fluoxetine hydrochloride. I can't diagnose diseases or prescribe medications, so my request is that if you are still daily tormented in your own brain, then please, for the sake of the ministry and your marriage, get in your car and drive to a Christian psychiatrist and get what you need and take it, and maybe that will fix your severe mood swings or overall depression so that you can leave Kent alone in peace. Here endeth this next part of the letters of Brady the Byrum to Cindi Lincoln Hovind, Mrs. the Third. I look forward to the next episode.